Good evening, everyone. I'm Alison Boychuk, psychic medium, here for another weekly broadcast of my Wednesday Whispers. I hope you're all doing great tonight. Um, I'm just going to take a few minutes here and wait for a few people to pop on before I begin my broadcast. Um, as I was saying, um, we are doing absolutely fantastic here in Carberry tonight. The weather is absolutely beautiful. I am super excited that next week, end of next week, I am starting my Central Saskatchewan Angels on the Road tour. Super excited about that. If you would like a one-on-one 1 hour session with me while I am on my tour at one of the locations, you can definitely go on my website, Alison'sWhisperingAngels.com, to book your spot. I do believe that Yorkton is all sold out. Um, Not sure what else. I think there's a couple, one or two spots in most of the places left. So yes, definitely go on my website, Alison'sWhisperingAngels.com. I am heading to Melville first, and then going to Regina, and then Moose Jaw, Saskatoon, Kenora, and then Yorkton. All right, so that will be my Angels on the Road Central Saskatchewan tour. Good evening, everyone. Hi, Lynn. Thank you for being here. Glenn, hi. Barb, Elton, Amber, hello. Allison, Kelly, Alice, Marianne, hi. Lorraine, Lori, Margot, hi, everybody. Thank you so much for being here with me tonight. I really appreciate it. I understand that summers, are very, very busy, but I just so much appreciate you all still taking the time to tune in and watch my broadcasts. All right. Hi, Cass, Caitlin, Valerie, Bernice. Hi, Bernice. Good evening to you. Echo, Christine. Um, Thank you all so much for being here with me tonight. Um, it is an absolute pleasure. I just love doing my Wednesday Whispers. This is my way of giving back, dedicating this 1 hour where I am able to indeed give messages to people who are watching from their loved ones who are no longer with us, but are in a beautiful eternal life heaven. All right. Um, Aw, thanks, Lorraine. That's so sweet of you. Natasha, hi. Hi, Taylor and Jamie. Dawn, thank you all so much. All right. Um, I definitely have enough people to get rolling tonight. If you feel that this is your loved one, could you please write a comment as soon as you're thinking that this is your loved one? It just makes the flow happen so much faster, and I'm able to get through it quicker and help as many people as I can. So indeed, if you feel that this is your loved one, I'm asking you to write me a message. And also, if the spirit is already spoken for and you feel, you know what, that sounds a lot like my loved one too, please say something, because I will iron out the details. It's very important to me that it goes to the right person. All right. Um, Good evening, Cindy. Thank you for being here. Debbie, Brandy, looking forward to seeing you in Regina. Oh, that's wonderful, Brandy. That is fantastic. I look forward to seeing you as well. All right. All right, everybody. I'm just going to take a few seconds here, and I will get rolling on tonight's Wednesday Whispers. All right. The first loved one that I would love to bring forward is I have a male here. All right. This is a young man. Unfortunately, he passed pretty young. Um, it looks like around the age of 26. Okay, somewhere in there. Okay, young man. I can see his. I can see a little bit. You know what he looks like. He was a tall man. He was a big guy. Okay. I can see that. He just showed me his hands. He had big hands. This was definitely a big kid, if I can call him that, because he was just so young. Okay. I can see he shows me next his passing happened very tragic. This young man was not ill per se, and the reason why I believe that is it just shows me that he was just here and then he was gone. Okay. Really interesting. He shows me that he has a really, really beautiful relationship with his mom. Okay, so I don't know if his mom is watching this evening. Okay. Whew. As I ask him for a little bit more information, okay, he writes me the letter D. Okay. Mm. Again, he just keeps talking about his relationship. It's such a close he has such a close relationship with his mom. He's also showing me something about his mom that before his passing, she was trying to stop him, or I don't know what he's trying to get at there, but he's definitely something like that. He's wow. Okay. Could be my Drew. Okay, Marianne. Okay. Again, I'm just going to ask for some more information, and so we can be pretty sure of ourselves. All right, Marianne, that's just super important to me. Again, he just won't leave that alone. Something about his mom. You were so very close. All right. Yes, absolutely. Something about trying to figure him out. He's like, you were trying to stop him. I don't know. You're trying to stop him. Something. Before he passed. He's showing me like stop, stop, don't go, something like that. Okay, Marianne. I hope I hope that's making good sense to you. I need to tell you, Marianne, he moves on next to I don't know what else to call them. I am from Saskatchewan, as most of you know, and I call that the Saskatchewan lily, okay? The orange tiger lily, okay? He keeps showing me a tiger lily, and I don't know why, Marianne. All right, but he is. I hope that, is meaning something for you. And now he's showing me like something blingy on his wrist, some type of blingy bracelet, okay? Um, and he's just showing me how he liked to dress nice. He liked to present himself, some jewelry, nice clothes, that kind of thing. And now I'm smiling because he just showed me a great big smile, Marianne. He has a great big smile. He wants me to let you know that he's very, very happy, okay, and everything's okay. Um, he just shows me that your heart just won't heal, and I'm not sure, Marianne, how long you have not had your Drew. Tried to stop him from leaving that day of the accident. Oh, yeah, well, yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Okay. And as soon as I read your message, Marianne, I need to tell you, he showed me what looked like there's like a ditch, there's like a highway, and there's a ditch, and there's a fence. Okay, I can see that very clearly. This must be, you know, something to do with the accident. Okay, this, the location or something like that. But again, he just cracked a beer, and it's like he's trying to lighten the mood, and he wants you to kind of he's cheersing you, and that everything is just fine. Okay, um, your heart is still so very very broken. Um, you just don't understand why he was taken so young. Okay, um, he shows that to me. I can feel it so clearly, Marianne. Um, oh, it's been almost 2 years, September 30th. Okay, right. Um, so I just need you to know, Marianne, that he's doing well. Okay. on Highway 83. I think that's what you're trying to say there. Okay. I don't know. But yes. Okay. Again, this I could see this ditch and this fence and this fence a little bit out and like between a ditch and a field kind of thing is how he's showing it. And now all of a sudden he showed me some beautiful crosses, and there's solar lights, and there's lights on it, and he shows that to me as well. Um, he shows me you there, okay. Um, he shows me you there at this where this location is with these crosses and these lights and all of that, and he's just letting you know that. Oh, and interesting, he just showed me like hmm, a red barn in the distance. Hmm, okay. Um, of course you do, Marianne. Of course you do. Um, he reminds me to tell you that you will see him again later on, and until then, he just used a fishing rod, and he wants me to tell you that he's up to no good. Okay, um, but he's joking, he's laughing, and everything is well, Marianne. All right. So thank you so much for giving me that opportunity to connect with him tonight, Marianne. All right. Thank you. Hmm. All right. The next loved one that I would. Uh, oh, you have a red barn there. Oh, interesting. Okay. All right. The next loved one that I'd love to bring forward is I have this wonderful, wonderful lady here. Okay. And the first thing she has chosen to show me is that I'm seeing all these jigsaw puzzle pieces. Okay. She's showing me that she enjoyed doing jigsaw puzzles. Okay. Next, she moved on to um, making those really nice looking dishcloths. Okay. Um, with yarn. Okay. She shows that to me next. This wonderful lady. Okay. She's a very kind smile. Um, her just what a lovely, lovely lady. Okay. I can see. Oh, Marianne, you are very most welcome. That is exactly what Wednesday Whispers is all about. Okay. This wonderful lady. I just need to tell you. Oh, I could just feel her personality, and she just feels kind of like one of a kind, just one of those people, who gave so much to everyone else and thought about herself last. Absolutely. Okay. Right now, she just showed me the love of birds because all of a sudden I could see these birds. This wonderful woman. I can see that she has lived a long life. It looks like her to be well, it looks like into her 80s. Okay. Um, I very much can feel that about her. Okay. Um, she was not a big lady. That's the next thing I can see. She was, average size, maybe a little bit on the smaller side in her, in her senior years, in her later in life. She definitely is a smaller framed woman. Okay. And oh, beautiful. She just showed me that she is with her husband. Now, who joined who first? I think she's showing me that she joined her husband. Okay. Um, she kind of corrected me there. It really does seem that way. All right. Um, how did she pass? I'm just not sure. I'm not confident enough to say it. Um, I'm sorry on that part. I don't know. Okay. Next, she shows me that she was a social lady. She loved to, in her senior years especially, she loved to visit. She loved to take time to have coffee or tea and stuff like that with friends and family, especially family. She loved being with family. Okay. Next, she moved on. She shows me that she passed in the hospital. I can hear those hospital sounds. When I asked her how she passed, I couldn't quite tell, but I can hear those noises that I get when they're trying to explain that that's how they passed was in the hospital. Okay. She shows me that she was definitely not alone. Okay, when she passed. Um, she moves on to she had. It looks like she had quite a few children. What do I mean by quite a few? Mm, I want to say, I think she's drawing me the number 8 when she talks about her family. Okay. I think she's trying to express that she had 8 children. Okay. She shows me that she loved to play, or at least she's talking about playing, she's rolling dice, maybe the classic dice game or Yahtzee, something like that. Okay, she moves on to that next. A very hardworking lady. And yeah. Um, Thank you so much, Norma. Yes, I'm not sure if you have a session. Um, I hope you do. Uh, so yes, we're very excited to be coming into Yorkton. I know that that day is sold out. I know that. I hope you have one of those sessions. Thank you for your comment, Margot. That could be your mom. Okay, let me carry on. I know, Margot, that I have connected with your mom on a couple of occasions. There's just some that I remember, and your mom is one of them. I'm going to ask her for something that's very precise, something that I haven't said or that I don't know, type of thing. You know what I mean? Just so for sure we know. Okay. Uh, when I say that, she showed me absolutely loving Christmas. Okay. Um, the how do I word that? Sorry. She's just so excited as we made that connection, Marco. Um, she shows me just loving Christmas, loving, especially the grandkids. She loved purchasing presents and doing that for her grandkids. And she tells me that it got hard towards the end, and it would turn into it was money, because that got harder as she got older. And next she moved on to what looks to me like thin bread, Margot. I'm not sure if that was something she liked to make or what, or if hers was extra good, or what the situation is, Margot. Um, I do know, that's a classic thing to make, you know, back home. And but I just need to tell you that she's showing that to me, thin bread. Okay. Uh, Hi, Tracy and Jacqueline. Thank you for being here. Um, and interesting, Margot, she moves on to a very unique flower, and I don't know what it is because it's unique. And she's talking about some type of plant. Now, I don't know if that was hers or if that is yours now, but oh, yes, to all. That's perfect, Margot. I'm so glad this is all making sense. Um, she shows me that this unique flower. I don't know. I have no idea what it's called, but she shows me that you are having a it's like I don't know how to word this, that your something with your plants, your I don't know if your flower garden, that kind of stuff. um it's like it's not doing as well as it has other years, is kind of how she's showing it. I hope that's okay to say. That's how she's presenting it, Margot. I hope that makes sense. um and that's just her way of showing you that she's right there with you. Okay. She knows all about this. She knows about your flower. Your flowers, that they're lacking a little bit. But interestingly, she moved on to you doing some type of work around your house, and maybe that's why you aren't spending as much time outside. Is kind of how it felt to me. And then she moved on to you guys enjoying camping. Like you just got back maybe or something. She shows me you camping and trying very much to enjoy your summer. Okay. Um, you talk to your mom. Yes, I gave up on plants. Oh, Margot. Okay. All right. Um, that's exactly right. So, like what your mom was showing me. And again, that's just her way of showing you that she's right with you and she knows this. Okay. Um, and she shows me like you just don't understand because your mom could grow anything. And it would be just so she just had that knack. Okay. Um, but that's okay. She shows me that we all have, different things that we're really good at. And again, she's really concentrating on what looks like it could be the inside of your home, doing some type of you're thinking you've done some renovations, and now I think maybe you're done, and you're thinking about what is the next step on doing some renovations. Okay, this looks like this is the on the in the interior of your home, and she wants me to talk about a blanket that looks like it is like on the foot of your bed. Oh, you camp all summer. Perfect. Okay. She shows me that you something about a blanket that's kind of like thrown like a throw at the foot of your bed. Okay. That something with that blanket was hers or she made it or something like that. And she shows me like that when you're missing her the most, you curl up to that or some type of thing. Okay. Your beautiful mother, she's smiling and she's happy and she wants me to let you know that her hair always looks nice in heaven, and she always gets to wear beautiful earrings, and her shoes always match her outfit. That's really interesting. I don't know. Her shoes always match her outfit. She's trying to make you smile and just remember good things about her. Okay. She shows me you have a lot of sad thoughts and you need to, she's just asking you to try and turn those into, into thinking of just good memories. And remember those, it looks like cards and tea, I want to say. Okay. But anyways, Margot, just know indeed that your mom and your dad together are resting very peacefully. And they're very, very happy. And all of a sudden she wrote me grandma. I don't know if she's trying to say she's with your grandma too. And it's because I can feel her as well. Wow. I just need to. Well, thank you so much, Stacy. Thank you for being here. Um, I just need to tell you that like she wrote me grandma, and I think she's explaining that she's with your grandma too. And what a lovely, sweet, kind, tiny, frail, beautiful soul she is. I can feel her. Okay. She lived, and I can see that. She shows me she lived a long life. Okay. This was into her like 90s. She lived an incredibly long life, and she had just the absolute gentlest, kindest soul. Okay, Margot, I hope that makes sense. Um, I'm not getting it, a name or a start of a name. An H. I see an H. When I ask, sometimes when I say something, then boop, then they show it. Just how that works. So I hope that H makes sense. Okay. So just know that everybody is doing very, very, very well. Okay. I was just about to move on. One more quick thing, Marco. She shows me. Your mother is showing me a hummingbird. Okay. I'll leave that thought with you. I'm not sure. I just am. I'm going to leave that with you. Something about a hummingbird last second here. All right. And just know that she's always, always with you. Okay. So thank you so much, Margot. It was an absolute pleasure being able to connect with your wonderful mom tonight. Thank you. All right. The next loved one that I love to bring forward is I have another younger male here. Okay. For my viewers who watch my Wednesday Whispers either all the time or periodically, you totally know what I'm talking about. This I have this urge to cry, and what that usually means is this loved one is no longer here because of their own doing, whether it be a drug overdose or suicide, something of that nature. Okay. Um, oh, that's absolutely fantastic, Margot. Thank you for letting me know. That's so great. As I was saying with this male, it's really unfortunate. He shows me that he is no longer here because of suicide. As I said, I have this unbelievable urge to cry. So I know that that is why he's no longer here. Okay, I can't 100% tell. Um, oh wow, Margot, sorry to interrupt. That's amazing. Okay, that's your mom's way of letting you know that she was right there with you when you saw that hummingbird. And just remember that hummingbirds are often ways to remember your mom. Okay, just want to quickly say that, Margot. Okay, but anyways, back to this this young man who was just patiently waiting for me to continue talking and communicating with him. He shows me he's got quite the um, he's very patient. Okay. Um, it's unfortunate that that this happened. He was so young. Okay. I can't tell exactly. I'm asking him. I don't see an exact number, but I know this guy very much feels like a farm boy, grew up kind of thing, like a country kid, sort of. As I can feel that about him. Hmm. I can see his brown hair. Okay. I just need to say it because I can see it. He was a good-looking young guy. This was an absolute shock, and of course it would be. Wow. Okay. He's drawing my attention of is whoever he's trying to connect with. I'm feeling like you spent more time with him in the summer, like maybe summer holidays or something like that. Okay. Um, I can feel that bond. He's trying to express that whoever this message is for, that you guys were, you loved him, you looked up to him, so to speak, and you think of him often too. That you hope he's okay, and he's definitely okay. I don't know if I already said this or not, and I apologize if I'm repeating it. I can see him to be like he does. He doesn't look like he's extremely tall, but I would say he's a little bit on the taller side. He's of average build. I can see his brown hair. Okay. Um, I don't know, Lynn, your brother. It very well could be. I'm going to keep on rolling, Lynn. As again, I see this as a young man. Mm, okay, Chantel, I was just going to say my dad, Lynn. Okay, very well could be. Let me keep going. I just paused because I was watching him and listening to him. I need to talk about some old records. I don't know what that's about. I don't. I can see those old vinyl records. Um, hmm. I don't know. I don't know what this is. He reached into his pocket and he pulled out that twist top of a beer bottle, the glass beer bottle. Okay, I don't know what that's about, but he did. Okay, and I can smell campfire. He twisted the caps of they're blue, and I don't know why he's showing that to me. I don't. So Lynn and Chantel, I hope this is making sense to you. Okay. I need to talk about how he's handsome. Okay. Um, I could just his facial features. He was a good-looking man, and it's really interesting how he shows me. As I um, ov. All right. As I can feel his personality, it's really interesting how he must have. I don't want to use the word fooled, you guys, but it's really interesting how he comes across as so friendly and joking with people and having a heck of a good time and enjoying life. I can feel that about him. But at the same time, he had a depression and ended up doing what he had done. So it's just really interesting to me how he's bringing that up for a reason. I'm not too sure why, Lynn and Chantel, but he is. Mm. Um, Chantel, I don't know if this is more for you, this comment next. I don't know. But I need to say the next thing, he just showed me what looked like rides at a fair. Okay. Um, I'm not sure what he's getting at there, but he just did. Okay. Um, okay. Something about children at a fair. There's rides and all that fun stuff, cotton candy and all that fun stuff for children. All right. I'm not too sure what he's getting at. But next he moves on to he's showing me that he wants me to talk about how he has this closeness with his mom. Okay. I can feel that. And she must be past. Okay. Oh, that makes sense, Chantel. You always used to go to the Red River exhibition. Okay, okay. Um, and Tinkertown. That's fantastic. Okay, Chantel. Yes, he's bringing up memories. You betcha. Okay. Um, and next, he shows me looking at photos. Okay. Um, I don't know what that is. If one of you was just recently looking at a picture of him or something, but he's showing me these photos. He's flipping photos, and I know I always see it that way, but it's just interesting. Like when loved ones in heaven show me things, like when I hear a phone ring, it's that old classic, the old phone on the wall bring sound, where nowadays it's your cell phone or it's texting, right? But they don't communicate it in that way. And so I'm just expressing that. And so when next he's moving on to, um, I can hear these different, like I said, different fair noises and flipping of a photo album, which we don't generally use photo albums anymore because everything's on our phone. So I just need to bring that up and something about looking at pictures. Okay, um, he's just doing absolutely fantastic, and I know I say that often, but it's because it's true, and I don't mean to keep repeating it, but it's true. Your loved ones show me just how happy they feel. Heaven, is so pure and so beautiful. Oh, you looked at a picture of him the other day. That is fantastic. That's fantastic, Lynn. Absolutely. Okay. Um, and it's interesting. And you're looking at pictures of him too. Interesting. But I want to say, Lynn, or I think this is for you because as soon as I read your message, he showed me you calculating how old he would be. Okay, it's really interesting if you could let me know if you did that because he just showed that like when you look at the picture and you're like, oh, he would be however old now. Okay, it's just interesting that he showed that. So um, just know indeed that he's in a good place. Okay, Um, he wants me to make that very, very clear to both of you. Oh, I'm glad, Lynn. I'm so glad. All right. So just know that your dad and your brother here, he's doing very, very well. Okay. He's cheersing a beer to both of you, and he wants me to tell you that um, he has his feet up. Okay. He very much enjoys to be outdoors. Like he's showing me, like sitting in like a very, very comfortable. He wanted me to make it clear, a very, very comfortable lawn chair, and with his feet up, cold beer in his hand, and enjoying visiting with people. And he loves to make people laugh. He loves to tell jokes. He has a little bit of a tendency to over exaggerate situations and stories. Um, but he's just joking and he's laughing about that. And he's like, they'll know what I'm talking about. Okay, that is really great. Okay, he wants me. Oh, that's so sweet. He wants me to express to both of you that he loves you both very, very much. All right, and again, he's doing very well. Okay, and Lynn, just know that I said that in my mind, and he's very much with your mom, as I mentioned that earlier. Okay, as he showed me how he has such a great connection with his mom, and that very much exists for them in heaven as well. Okay, very, very, very much so. Lynn, I need to tell you is now I can feel your mom, and that's all it takes is just for you to say that now. Poof, I can feel her, and I do need to move on and have a message for somebody else. But I just want to say really fast, your mom shows me the love of the color purple. That must have been her favorite color. Again, that's just her way of showing you that indeed that is her. Okay, just a little tiny piece of information. Okay, that she really liked the color purple. Okay, all right, and they're very, very happy and they're very much together. All right. So thank you so much, Chantel and Lynn, for giving me that opportunity tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here, Nancy. Thank you. All right. You're most welcome, Lynn. Okay. The next loved one that I would love to bring forward is I have this woman here. Okay. uh, the first thing I need to say is she is very blunt. She's very to the point. That's just how she spoke. I can feel that. She shows that to me. I mean that in a kind way. There's nothing wrong with that. That was just her personality. She thought it. She said it. Okay. This lady shows me um, she lived a good long life. Okay. Um, she shows me she went from a farm to in town, is what it looks like to me. Okay. Yes. Yes. She's shaking her head. Yes. Okay. Um, this farm had an incredible amount of grass. Okay. And as soon as I said grass, she moved on to a pool. There's a pool here somewhere. Okay. And it looks like an underground pool, like not an above ground pool. Okay. She shows that to me. This lovely, lovely lady. Okay. I'm not too sure why I'm seeing the letter V. I don't know. I don't know if that's her name, but all of a sudden out of nowhere, because I didn't even ask for her name, but I seen the letter V. Okay. Um, hmm, I don't know. Okay. But anyways, I will keep on rolling. This lovely lady, um, her and her husband too are resting very peacefully in heaven together. Okay. I do not know who passed first in this situation. I do know. As she talks about this farm, as I keep seeing this farm that they moved off of, it looks like, and she writes me the letter J. Okay, I'm not sure. I can just see it very clearly. Okay, there's some extremely tall trees. Okay, very, very tall trees along looks like along the driveway. Okay, very long, very tall trees. Oh. This farm that she's talking about, she shows me that the house has been renovated. It's originally, it looks like the house is originally still there, but there was, I think add-ons or definitely upgrades. Okay. Nancy, this sounds like your in-laws. Perfect. That's fantastic. Hey. I need to say, as I talked about, there was renovations to the house. I need to tell you, Nancy, I hope this makes sense, because I talked about earlier about her. I could feel that they left this farm, and oh, sorry, I don't know if she's jumping here, but she liked to be there. Okay, after her 1918. Uh, oh, okay, and completely renovated in 1999. Oh wow! Oh wow! Perfect. Okay, that's great. Um, she shows me a tree fort, Nancy. I don't know what that. I don't know if it's one there or what that's about. I see this tree fort or tree house, something for the kids to play in outside. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Uh, she's bringing that up for some reason. And something about this farmhouse, something about the curtains. I don't know what that is. Something about the curtains. And it's interesting that she's a playhouse. Oh, fantastic. Okay, Nancy, that's great. Next, oh, she shows me these curtains, but I don't mean long curtains. I'm talking like a valance, I think is how you pronounce that. Um, Curtains just on the top. Okay. That up. I don't know if they got changed or I don't know. I don't know. Something about that. And as I say that now, she drew my eyes to those how those beautiful crystals that would hang on like on a very thin like a fishing line, or suction cup to the window. She's showing me that as well on the window here. Hmm. She takes me back to the playhouse. I called it a tree house. You're saying it was a playhouse, okay? She's taking me back to that though now here real quick, and she's showing me children, and that she loved that. Oh no way! She had lace balances with blue ducks. She had crystals hanging from them. Oh no way! That is fantastic. Why I was seeing those crystals. Wonderful. Okay. And she shows me it's like you didn't know what to do with those curtains. Something you didn't know or something like this. I don't know when this got changed or I don't know what because she's showing me like someone's like really sentimental here, but you didn't know what to do. If that makes sense. Okay. And this is really unique, Nancy. She shows me very much something about not having a hard time making a decision on what kind of fridge to get. Oh, you still have the curtains. That's fantastic. That's exactly it. Wonderful. That made her happy that you did that for her. Okay? That she meant that much to you, that you would keep them just because they were hers. Okay? She tells me in my ear that, nowadays they're way outdated and they are ugly, but she keeps them anyways. Okay? Um, Again, next she moves on to something about a fridge and not knowing what kind of fridge to get. I don't know. Um, and again, I'm sorry. she's so excited that we're doing this, Nancy, and that we're made this beautiful connection. This happens to me sometimes, where they really like they're kind of a little bit scattered because they only have a couple of minutes, so they try to get in as much as they can. But going back to the playhouse, she just that was her way of talking about the children. So it would be her grandchildren or her great grandchildren, whatever the case may be. She shows me like that she loved that. She loved the kids, okay, the kids. And now all of a sudden she showed me that she had a real love for baking. So I talked about the kids, so I don't know if that she liked to bake when the grandkids were coming, maybe, because it's interesting how she showed that in that order. But anyways, she's a lovely, lovely lady. Your mother-in-law, absolutely lovely, and she moves on to um, some recipe books. And it's really interesting. She wrote the word cinnamon. I do need to move on, Nancy, but I'll just leave that with you. Something about cinnamon. Okay, I don't know if that's cinnamon buns or cinnamon rolls or I don't know. Okay, you would watch them play for hours. Aw, that's so awesome! You had tea parties in the playhouse. Did you happen to take baking in there? Because she showed the baking next. I'm just curious about that. Okay. That is so great. Okay. Hmm. So yes, Nancy, just know that she's smiling down at you. Okay. I could talk to her for hours. She has Nancy. I just need to tell you, she has so much love for you. She tells me you need to hear that tonight. So much love for you. Okay. Um, you were her daughter, not her daughter-in-law. Always had crumpets, and you have all her recipes. That's wonderful. That's absolutely wonderful. I'm not surprised, um, because how she showed the playhouse and then baking. That's so great. Okay, absolutely. So thank you so much, Nancy. It was an absolute pleasure to connect with your mom, your mother-in-law tonight. All right. Hmm. You're most welcome, Nancy. Okay. The next loved one that I would love to bring forward is I have a gentleman here. Okay. He lets me know that he had cancer, and that is the reason why he is no longer here with his loved ones. All right. I can feel his kindness. This was a man who he was more observe than speak type of person in a crowd, you know, a quieter man. Okay, but when he spoke, he would put a lot of thought into his words and what he was saying to people. Always trying to give good advice if you asked him for it. Okay, um, he adjusted his glasses like this, just to let me know that he wore them. Okay, he wore glasses. That was neat. Okay. Um, he very much shows me this was not a big man, like not a tall man. Okay, I need to say he seems to be a little bit on the shorter side and jeans and a t-shirt kind of man. Not a lot of money, but a lot of love. Okay. Um, Nicole, is it my grandpa Albert? I don't know yet, Nicole, but I will do my very best to try and find out. All right. I'm going to ask him for some more information and we'll see how this goes. All right. Uh, it was really interesting. Next, he shows me wearing a ball cap. That's what I call that. A ball cap. And it's interesting that it's like he's wearing it like that. You'd get this, Nicole. It's like he's wearing it just a tiny bit crooked. Okay. Um, he does just what he showed me. Okay. When I asked him for give me something, something kind of unique about him. That's what he showed me. He shows me how he knew what poor was. Okay. He shows me like milking cows, hauling water back in the day, because there wasn't any running water. Then he moved on to like an outhouse, and much prefer to be outside. He shows me that he would only come into the house at dark, or after at supper time. Very much an outdoorsy man. Worked hard outside. Um, there's really no reason to sit around inside and do nothing. Okay. Um, it's interesting, Nicole. He brings up somebody not feeling good here. Um, somebody has a bad cold. I don't know if that's you or who that is. Someone, he's showing me like cold medications for some reason. Either cold or allergies, but I think it's a cold. Okay. And next he moved on to the flower poppy. And he had glasses, wore jeans with suspenders. He had his hat sideways sometimes when we were out at stock cars or in garden. Okay, Nicole. And Brittany sounds like your grandfather. All right, I will do my best to figure this out. Okay, and ask for something really, really particular. If you could give me something. I said a few seconds ago something about the poppy. Now, I have seen the poppy for a couple of different reasons. Sometimes it's trying to express to me the month of November being Remembrance Day, okay, or liking the poppy, okay, or that they were in the war, okay, and I'm just not 100% sure. It feels like the plant itself, okay, something about the flower itself, the poppy, okay, the red poppy. Hmm. And for some reason, he showed me his handwriting. Hmm. Brittany, my mom has COPD, and I'm just getting over a cold. Are you? And November could make sense. He was in the war. Okay, Brittany. Yeah, that sounds, yeah. Okay, that sounds about right. Um, and Brittany, when I read your message, does a little bear mean anything to you, like a cub? I don't know what he's showing, why he's showing that to me. Okay, a little cub, a little bear. Hmm. This wonderful man, he's just so gentle, and that's something that you would say about him. He just patience for days. Okay. Um, uh, his daughter just got a bunch of flowers. Also, my cousin has his handwriting, his signature written on them. No way. No way. Okay. And it's really interesting, as I said about his handwriting. I don't know. I don't think I had a chance to finish my thought as he was already moving on to the next. I have to say his handwriting is quite like kind of scribbly. Okay, like it's quite. If I can use the term messy, is how it looks. Okay, um, this is how he's presenting it. Okay, and now he just showed me really enjoying to eat soup. Okay. A bear. I had a dog named Bear. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, who passed if he could be referencing. That's interesting, Brittany. It could be. It could be. Yes, his signature was too. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, Brittany. I do. Um, I definitely think this could be your grandfather. Um, yeah, I do. That's really interesting. The bear, yeah. Okay. Um, let's see. That was your dog. When I asked for something really specific. Interesting. Okay. You betcha, Brittany. That is fantastic. Just know that your wonderful grandfather. I was just gonna say granddad. I don't know if you called him that or not. Um, but anyways, he just shows me. Oh, and he really liked to put pepper on his food. I don't know. That came out of nowhere. Okay. He shows that to me. Quite a bit of pepper on his food. Anyways, he is all the good things that you could say about your grandpa. I can feel them. Okay, and he's so at peace. He's so at ease, and heaven is very blissful. Heaven is very pure and beautiful, and he just wants everybody to know that they're doing very, very well. Okay. And you do too. Oh, that's fantastic, Brittany. Do you really? Do you really? I do too. Actually, I like pepper myself. That's really interesting that he would bring something up about the both of you. That's really neat. That's fantastic. That's great, Brittany. Again, so just please know that he's doing really, really great, and he has nothing but love for each and every one of you. Um, his family means the world to him. Okay. He's very proud to be your grandfather. All right. He made that very clear to me in my ear. Super proud. You make him smile constantly. And he showed me just right now, I don't know you, Brittany, but he shows me you're funny. You're a funny person. And he loves that you have this way of making other people laugh. Okay. Um, so just know that he's watching over you, and the dimes that you find, he's left them for you. He just showed that to me right now too, Brittany. So just know that uh, Grandpa is watching over you, and your Grandpa has a very special place in your heart, and he really, really, really appreciates that. All right, Brittany. So thank you so much for giving me that opportunity to connect with him. This was an absolute fantastic Wednesday Whispers. I was so glad that I was able to give some messages to loved ones this evening. I absolutely love my Wednesday Whispers. I'm asking you all to please share this broadcast. It takes you just a couple seconds. Please share it. The more you share it, the more it will, the farther it'll get, and the more people, hopefully, that I'll be able to help in the future. So I'm asking that of you to please share my broadcast tonight, okay? And also, I didn't mention earlier, and I meant to. Tonight is my only Wednesday Whispers for the month of August because I am doing my Angels on the Road tour in Saskatchewan. And so I will not be doing Wednesday Whispers until the beginning of September. Okay, so I hope that you all have a great rest of your August, that you have great, great weather, and make great memories with family and friends while you enjoy this time of year. All right. So thank you all so much for being here with me tonight. And I look forward to seeing you all back in September. So thank you so much, everyone. Please, please be kind to one another. Until September, everybody, please take care.